Troy is the man. I see you don't need me anymore. I'm just going to sign
He's
off
on his
here
deathbed
real
and he's still selling out.
This podcast is going to blow your mind.
I get extremely emotional.
How do I start the show? Hey everyone, Trash to Cash, episode 30. And we have some special guests here. We have Carrie, American Arbitrage, who's the specialist guest. And then Troy from Mountain Man Treasure. Hello, Troy.
Hey, Troy.
Hey,
We actually have spent the last 4.5 hours trying to get Troy's mic to work, so we're a little tired. It's 1 a.m.
He sounded like a cyborg for about 5 minutes. It was intense and also lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a thing I do.
We're trying to up the production value. We also have a dog in the podcast today. What's the dog's name, Carrie?
Duke. Duke's here, chilling.
Carrie's
I shouldn't
got
have said
Duke
his
with him.
name. Now he's going to come over here and whine.
Well, he was already doing that.
That's
so
sort of like
it's
Heather.
True. Exactly.
All right, so anyways, this is our first podcast that we've recorded in this fashion in like 3 weeks, right, Carrie?
We did like 3 in 1 week, and then we didn't do any.
Yep, because I was traveling. I was out of town for 2 weeks. Then we did the live podcast in Vegas, which no one watched. Thanks for nothing.
Thanght guys.
Dude, is it because it was live in Vegas or because Kevin wasn't there? Let's be serious.
Well, we're going to find out with this episode.
Yeah. Well, no, I've already decided to put Kevin's head over Troy's face here.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of the plan.
Do I
do
need
some
I
dubbing?
got my son here. Let me. I'll help. I mean, it probably feels weird. Let me.
That's good.
Is that better?
That's
Seems
definitely
redundant. Seems
It
redundant.
does, but
Can you like be any more folksy? Like you're a little folksy,
Exactly.
but not enough folksy.
Do you have a chicken nearby?
you know what? I actually sold a chicken on Facebook Marketplace. I mean, not a real chicken, but I did sell a chicken on Marketplace last week. Does that like a metal art thing?
Nah.
I don't think so. I think you would have put that in your back. Actually, dude, I
Kevin-
would say his background is fairly folksy.
It is not, and whimsical.
And it's got enemas.
Yeah, there's
I
an
see
enema.
enema hiding near that guy's privates back there.
There's
Another
two
one
enemas.
behind Tommy
Place,
Pickles.
yeah.
Two enemas. There's the enema, and then that country guy on the other side has an enema inserted.
Right.
Demonetized.
Yes. And then what does that poster say behind you? Visit Mordor?
Visit Mordor. Yeah.
I like
a
that.
viewer made that for me.
That's nice. I like
Yeah.
that.
It's nice this time of year.
Yeah. Well, is that the eye or is that the sun setting?
It's the eye, but it is the sun. Like she said, they were in a painting class and they were supposed to do a beach sunset theme, and she obviously took it a different direction.
I like that.
Creative.
Yeah.
Carrie, can we talk about your lunch? What did you eat for lunch today?
I don't even remember, dude. What did I eat? Did I show what I ate? I don't remember.
But Dawn messaged me and said that you took her to Texas Roadhouse.
Oh yeah. We went to Texas Roadhouse.
That's
yeah.
literally where I went for dinner.
Are you
Troy, Did you
serious?
go there for breakfast?
I didn't.
Ah, you really let us down. This was a pre-planned thing. We said everyone go to Texas Roadhouse. You were supposed to have breakfast, Carrie lunch, and me dinner.
I spent like 10 years in Texas. I mean, so
I
it's
know.
like
That kind
adjacent.
of counts. Carrie probably worked there. At some
Favorite
point.
part of Texas Roadhouse by far is the guy that has to dress up like the armadillo and just walk around awkwardly. Like he was just wandering around, wasn't talking with anyone, just getting in people's way when they were trying to go to the bathroom, just chilling. He better be paid like $30-$40 an hour.
This is the Utah one.
Yeah, this is in Utah. Just a
They don't
dude
have
in
that.
in an
Yeah.
armadillo costume, just standing there where we're trying to eat food.
Are you sure he works there?
I'm not 100% sure he works there. That's a good point.
Are you sure it wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me, man. That's not my side hustle. I have different side hustles.
Yeah, it mostly involved turtle suits.
That's true. That's true.
So, I mean, I went there, and I have this thing. I've actually started to get strategic with my Texas Roadhouse. I know that I'm going to eat way too many of those rolls with the cinnamon butter. Like, just a really unhealthy amount of them.
I
To
ate
the point-
zero.
Why?
Wow.
Carbs.
Oh, you went there for the steak.
Nope. Grilled chicken, potato, salad.
Gosh, you could probably get a TV dinner that offers all that fun.
I'm thinking. Yeah. Applebee's does that, man.
Like,
Yeah,
what
but
the heck?
Applebee's somehow makes everything greasy, whether it's greasy or not. Like if you order an ice cream, just leveled and piled in grease.
Shut up, Duke.
I know. Sorry, dude.
No, I ate so many of the rolls. So I now just order an appetizer when I go. Because there's no chance of me being hungry by the time the food arrives. Because of the amount of rolls and peanuts and all this other garbage that I'm going
Peanuts.
to eat.
Awesome
But I'm
Blossoms or
telling
whatever
you-
they have.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
Of course you did. You're a machine, dude.
I think like going to a restaurant and not getting an appetizer is kind of the waste of an experience. You know, you got to sit there for 25, 30 minutes waiting for the food.
Hang on.
That's no good.
Yeah, that's the thing. We could just continue talking about this, or we could introduce Troy.
I mean, Troy.
Nah.
Okay, do you always get an appetizer or no?
You know, I think we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I
see?
think you have to.
You kind of have to, Carrie. You're sitting there eating the chicken.
It's like going to the movies and not getting popcorn.
No, I have to have popcorn because it's carb free and no butter. That's what I tell myself.
Carb free?
That's what I tell myself. It's funny how powerful the mind is, man. It's a powerful thing. You can convince yourself of almost anything.
If you believe there's no carbs, you will be in ketosis. That is just how
true.
it works.
It's true. If I'm
Anyways,
starting to shake.
Troy, Carrie wants to introduce you. So
All right.
Just kidding.
I mean,
I
I'm
just
here.
wanted to be a jerk.
you
I'm
live
sorry.
in Montana.
Yep.
That's far away.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
everywhere.
How's that?
Is that like
Yeah.
up near Oregon? Oregon?
Yeah, I mean, in the general vicinity. Like,
Okay, but same
yeah,
time zone,
we're
different
right
time zone?
underneath Canada.
Oi!
Yeah.
Canada. Okay,
Well-
so it's cold.
Oh yeah, it was. I went to some garage sales yesterday. It was 41 and blowing wind and a little bit of rain, and it's not garage sale season yet.
Are you by Helena and those radical people, or are you more like a Missoula level-headed person?
No, I'm like a couple miles outside of Helena.
Okay.
So he's radical.
Okay. I think I was trying to be safe there because I don't know
Yeah.
anything about either place.
Yeah, that was. It's a nice poll with two different Montana cities, and you pronounced them correctly and everything.
I did? Yes.
I have officially looked at the U.S. map, guys, and I still can't find Montana.
I've
It's
been
a
to
state or a
Montana.
city?
Biggest state.
I've been to
No, that doesn't
Montana
sound
once. Yellowstone or whatever. Is it Yellowstone? right?
Jellystone with Yogi Bear.
Jellystone.
Yeah.
There were so many mountains in Montana. I think that's where they get the name from.
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
I found it.
Yeah.
I found it. It's near Idaho and Wyoming. Well,
Right.
yeah. So yard sailing season is short, is what you're saying.
It is. I think it'll start next week. I mean, it's been kind of nice, off and on. So next week, I think it's supposed to be nice weather, and we're actually going to get garage sales.
What's the?
Right.
Is it like crazy amounts though?
I mean, not here. I mean, there's like 30,000 people here, right? So it's.
That's a lot.
I mean,
I
It's
only
a
have
lot
like 5
compared to,
people in
like-
my house.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
But how many of those people are having garage sales?
In my house, none.
Yeah.
There's no one having a garage
Yeah,
sale.
right.
So like, you've got a better percentage than me. That's just
Like
A little bit.
what are you finding in Montana when you're garage selling? Like bear meat, manifestos, what kind of stuff?
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
that's a
not.
good
You
question.
haven't been to a garage sale in Montana if you don't hit one that's got firearms for sale.
That makes sense. That actually
2
makes
weeks in a
perfect
row, I actually picked up some liquor. I got some Jack Daniels last week for $5.
Nice.
Brand new bottle.
Just to
Wow.
drink, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, no resale value there.
Well, so what's this? So this, man, there's a viewer, Troy. I don't know if you knew about this, but we've been harassed for weeks on end. By
Oh,
one of the
yeah.
viewers to
He
have
wants
your-
you on this so bad.
I
There's a
didn't hear.
campaign. I mean, I didn't start it.
How much did you pay him? Is what we're trying to get to. Like
What
Not that-
amount?
Yeah.
How
I mean,
much-
I
Brian
would have.
Klaus. There's the name. Found it. Brian Klaus. And now
Yeah.
he actually, you know, if someone wants to be on the show, it actually costs $5,000 to appear, right?
Per
so
appearance,
he
yeah.
agreed to pay for your appearance, Troy. He's
I-
gonna
I
buy
believe
me
it.
and Carrie a coffee for $2,500 each.
Yeah, no,
or-
I was told I had to PayPal Troy.
no.
Yeah, friends and
Brian
family.
Klaus
I don't
PayPal's
wanna mess with
us. You've got it all wrong.
Oh, could I get that back,
Brian.
Troy, please?
Don't give it back, Troy. Don't give it back.
Please? Dude,
He
that
said-
was a
We've got
that's all
issues
I
with
have.
the internet here in Montana.
It's so much more believable with you sitting in the hotel, being kicked out of your
know.
house. Like, Carrie got kicked out because he's fighting with Dawn. Just to bring
No.
personal life into it.
Dawn's had dinner. She's here. Relax.
Okay. Dawn
Nice
didn't
try.
realize- I know. I'm just messing. I won't bring up all your personal life stuff unless you want to talk about it. Ready, go.
Yeah, go.
Oh no, we're in the process of going to Vegas. We're in a hotel for a couple weeks, and hopefully we'll be in our full-time place within a week or two.
And
Let's
it
hope.
is Circus that you're moving into.
Dude,
right?
I would love to live in. You don't even know how much I'd love to live in Circus. I love that place.
Popcorn all the time on tap.
Carnival games, one of the best slot machines in the world, and if you're fast, you can dodge the stabbings.
Yeah. There's a lot of stabbings.
Lots
I got
of
stabbed
stabbings.
5 times, Troy.
Exactly.
You do get really good at that horse racing squirt gun game.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, I'm really good at that too.
You win every time if you play by yourself.
It's true.
So I guess we should probably address the elephant in the room. Kevin quit the show.
He did.
Permanently, except for not really.
I think it's for the best, though. I don't think really anybody watched for him. I don't think any of his audience came over, so...
Dude, remember when he was wearing the wig under his hat, like on top of his
That was
head?
ridiculous, man.
And he took off, yeah.
We told him we're just not going to have that kind of fakeness on our show.
No one's going to buy that's real hair.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's such a piece. But no, he's not actually gone forever, guys. Kevin has laryngitis or something. At least that's what he tells us. Sounds like a novel excuse.
He was throwing out a bunch of excuses. He was totally available to sell out on Whatnot this week. Totally available for that.
I noticed that he was available to sell out.
He was live, too, which was interesting.
The twist is that the Duke that keeps whining is actually Kevin. Carrie has him locked up, chained to the bed.
No, he just... When Dawn's not around, he does not like it.
Tell Dawn to come on back. We
went
still
to-
need Dawn on the show.
She took everybody to eat so I could have this place to myself and do a
Wait, how many
podcast.
people are staying in your hotel room?
There's 4 of us.
Oh.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yes. Okay, Troy, what were you saying?
I was just going to say that. I mean, he can't talk, but the guy's still shilling. He wants me to remind everybody that link to American Bubble Boy.
Oh, he actually reached out to you.
Yeah, I mean,
He's sorry about that,
says he's
folks.
retired as
American
a
Bubble
teacher, but
Boy.
he handed out an assignment that I'm supposed to remind everybody about the American Bubble Boy link in the description.
Okay. All
And
right.
Trash to Cash hats are back at Commonwealth.
Yeah, they're back
He
in
really
stock,
did
guys.
reach out to him. If Troy says that, it means Kevin really did reach out to him because Kevin
did.
messaged me and said, "Remind everyone about the hats that are back in stock."
If you guys want bubble wrap and you don't want to drive to Walmart, which is probably super convenient and nearby, or like a Home Depot or something, if you want to order it online, get it super fast and it tastes amazing. American Bubble Boy.
Do not eat the bubble wrap, guys.
Yeah, don't eat.
I'm going to protect us from the lawsuit that is.
Yeah, don't
impending
eat
at
the
this
bubble
point.
wrap. That was a joke.
That was a joke, guys.
It wasn't
called
funny
Eat It?
either.
Do I get an affiliate link now? I mean, is that
Yeah.
how that works,
No.
by proxy? Or
Dude, Carrie, here's the question I have. Has anyone ever clicked our American Bubble Boy link?
I
on
don't
Trash
think
to
so.
Cash? I wouldn't know.
think
Like,
so.
it goes straight to Kevin. We
I have
don't
no
see
idea.
the money, so it's really hard to say. Okay,
I got a
so-
check. Speaking of this, I got a check today from Kevin. He spelled
Karen.
my name. Yeah, from the mail Karen. Kevin. He spelled my name Carry. Who does that? That's not even
Sorry.
remotely close. I don't even know if I
Sorry.
can cash the check, which might be part of his plan.
that's the plan.
Well, why
He
did you
spelled
send
it
me-
right on the front too.
Wow.
So have the kids writing the checks too while he's under the tree?
So we went to Vegas. And while we were in
yeah.
Vegas, we did a live Trash to Cash podcast. And me and Carrie took up gambling. And we really
Yes.
heavily got
I got
invested in
really
gambling.
good at it.
Carrie, I looked at how much money I spent when I got home, and I had not been tracking it. It was really upsetting. It was really upsetting. It
Lots of
was
write-offs.
Like, I think I blew like $1,500 gambling, just in the trash, just gone.
But I had
The time of your
time
life.
of my life. I did.
Would you do it all again?
I'd do it all again. Oh, yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I think gambling may not be the flip that I thought it was, Troy. I thought that if we were to
Yeah.
gamble enough, we could make money, we could quit our jobs. You know, it just didn't
Seems
work
like it's not
What was
sustainable.
roulette? I mean, that's my game.
What do you
Vegas.
play? What do you play? All on black, all on red?
I'm way better. You know, I bounce around. I don't have. It's sort of like my eBay store. I don't have a niche. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go where I feel it.
31
have, like-
over and over.
Do you have like a limit? Like, do you require on your eBay store? This is a reselling podcast. Do you require like a certain profit margin to be interested in a flip? Like, if you went and you found something that was like a quarter and you know it'll sell for $10, do you leave it or do you buy it? It's
I'll
small.
buy that every time. I mean,
Size
I'm
of-
not,
size
I'm
of
not selling
deodorant.
Tupperware, but
Yeah, Old Spice guys. In case you're looking to send me a gift.
I don't
sport.
I use Tom's because I don't want aluminum. That gives you Alzheimer's disease.
No. But it actually helps you not sweat. So worth
No,
it.
I use Tom's. It's
Tom's, dude,
aluminum
you're one
free.
of those guys. Yeah. I thought I smelled something.
I wasn't using it on vacation.
You
it
know,
doesn't have
deodorize.
aluminum if you think about it hard enough.
Yeah. The aluminum is what makes it so good at its job, Carrie.
That does give it the taste.
Like, have you ever put aluminum in your pits? It's amazing. Like, just
Yeah.
super glue, aluminum,
Just a rod. Just
good
a
to
rod.
go. Good to go. Okay, so that's good. So you're not an elitist when it comes to flips, Troy.
No, I mean it depends. I base it on the time involved, right? Like I picked up this weekend a whole bunch of hats, and I was like $1, $2, whatever at different garage sales. I wound up coming home with like 13 or 14 hats, but I listed them all really quickly. 2 of them are already sold.
Yep.
You know,
Nice.
one for 15 and one for I think 9. I'll take that because there's no time involved. It's
Yep.
super easy. I love hats.
Yep.
How do you ship your hats? You just throw them in a garbage bag, tape it up, and don't even
Yeah,
put a
I
label?
mean, yeah, I put it between 2 pieces of cardboard and just
Smash
put 'em
it
in
in.
box.
Flatten it
Me too.
down.
6 by
Okay.
6 by 6 box is what I do.
That
In all
seems-
seriousness.
That seems evil, Carrie. That seems evil.
It's the
I
number of
do
the
a
beast.
poly mailer, and I pour
Really?
some
Are you
orange
serious?
juice in it, and then I freeze it.
I don't in all seriousness, I don't understand people who ship hats in poly mailers.
I don't ship.
I
hats
got
in
one in a poly
mailers.
mailer once, and I mean, it was just a hat. It wasn't like a collectible hat, but I was kind of annoyed.
Yeah, I know. I want
Yeah,
my
that can
SpongeBob
happen.
hat.
It's a weird
pristine.
thing. Like, you get your package if you buy something, and if it's not packed to like your own standards, like a little annoyed, even though it arrives safely. You're like, I want to give them bad feedback because I don't like how they pack this, but it is actually here and in perfect condition. So it's like, should I really be getting mad at them? I don't know. But
I try
got
not.
one
I
time-
honestly
one
try
time
not
inside,
to.
not a hat, but just an order. It was inside a Cheez-It box. They turned it inside out. I'll
Okay.
give them that.
That's nice. Was there any Cheez-Its left?
There was nothing. There's not even the dust.
was
on
it the
bottom.
cheddar
There's
jack or was it the white, the Parmesan?
The Parmesan or just
Are
the
they just
original?
That, traditional, that
I'm
classic.
so
traditional,
sick of
yeah,
original Cheez-Its. They're so entitled.
I
I'm
know,
just
it's
sick
true.
of them.
It's
They're
true.
just like they're just they give you indigestion.
I
They
like the
taste
habanero.
Moderately okay, dude. The spicy ones. Now those are indigestion worth
Seriously.
having. The
That's true.
jalapeno Tabasco. What is it? Jalapeno or Tabasco? I think it's Tabasco.
If I'm gonna have to list from the bathroom, I want it to be worth it.
Exactly. Yeah. You're not gonna eat no normal Cheez-Its for the. Okay, so what do you
100%.
call that? Do you call it indigestion? My brother calls it agita, and I'd never heard that term before.
I don't know the.
He calls
the-
his indigestion agita. I thought that was a weird word for indigestion.
my doctor called it adult onset morbidity.
Oh, comorbid. How many comorbidities do we all have? Crap, we just got flagged.
I think we could say comorbidity.
Who knows anymore?
I don't know. We're gonna lose that $40 from this podcast.
I bought a tote full of plush, Troy, and that's kind of why I was going down this path, right? I knew, pretty much guaranteed, that all these plush were probably worth between $8 and $15.
Yep.
But it was a whole tote full. It was probably 25 plush, and I offered her $15 and she took it. And now I've been listing them tonight. They list super fast, super easy. They're gonna ship super easy. I'm gonna kill Duke when I finally meet him. That's Carrie's dog.
He's annoying. He is annoying.
But no, so I listed a bunch of them tonight, and it's like $8, $8, $8, $8. But I listed, I think, 12 in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
12 in 20 minutes, $8 a piece. They're gonna ship in a poly mailer at first class rate. Like, that's worth
It won't
to me.
break.
Yeah, that's where. I mean, that's almost $100 out of my 15 in 20 minutes. It's crazy. So like, people leave that. I've heard of people saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna flip unless I can make at least $50." I won't buy something if I don't make 50 in profit.
You
but I
know,
don't-
then get used to having 1 or 2 sales a day. That's what's
but
going to happen.
people pull it off. Like, we had. John
I don't feel
on the
like
show.
I don't think a lot of
Not
full
everybody.
timers do.
Yeah.
True. But we had
I
John,
think
Cincinnati
a
Picker, on the
few do.
show. And John said he has like 400 items in his store, and he was rattling off his like monthly numbers, and they were close to what I do selling thousands of little crappy things. So there is some value to, like, maybe it's less work, but how do you find the valuables? Like, that quantity of valuable stuff is the real question.
Well, in Cincinnati, how many garage sales does he have
Oh.
to choose from each Saturday?
A lot, dude. Vegas,
Yeah.
Carrie, you're gonna
Yeah.
be in heaven. I still
Seriously.
had yard sale treasure map. Troy, Vegas is insane. Okay, so I went down there with Carrie. I looked it up, and it was like, how many did I tell you? 200 yard sales in Vegas, because it's like the only town, right? If you either live in Vegas or you live like 2 hours away from Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, you don't live anywhere. You don't live 50 minutes outside of Vegas.
Have you seen Mars Attacks before, that movie?
Great
Tim
movie.
Burton.
Excellent
You either live, you're either in Vegas, or you're that Randy Quaid guy
Yeah.
that lives in the mobile home out in the desert. You know what I mean? That's
That
the
was
two
not
options.
Mars Attacks. That was National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation, I thought.
No, that's all. I think
Is he in a trailer outside of Vegas in multiple movies? He might
I
be.
think he is. I think that's a good point, because he is in both.
Because I remember, like, his kid catching snakes and, like, what are those little scorpion things out in Vegas? Dude, there is... Okay, hold on. ADD is kicking in. Give me a minute. 200 yard sales, Troy.
Yeah.
Okay? In one weekend. And I still had Craigslist set to Vegas Friday night. And I pull it up, the map, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's 170 yard sales. And I was like, Ah, crap! It's Las Vegas.
I didn't know that yard sale treasure map still worked. Weren't they gonna?
No, so I do Craigslist map. So if you go to Craigslist, go to garage sale, and then do the map view. That's what I was on. I said yard sale treasure map. I was wrong. It was actually it was a Craigslist one. But yeah, I mean that was crazy. But what I was gonna say is I saw a TikTok, Carrie, of some creature that lives like in the Arizona and Utah and Vegas kind of area, Nevada.
Just,
That's what it's
can
called.
we not unlock a new fear for me tonight? Would that be okay?
Oh, really?
I'm just
Carrie's
kidding.
Scared
Go
of
for
a
it.
lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
I don't remember what it's called though. Was it called the monitor lizard? No.
Oh, there's that one lizard that
Gila monster. Gila
yes,
monster.
their
Dude.
poison is terrible.
And you're gonna like literally have them in your garage.
It's
Thousands
possible.
of them. Thousands
Yeah,
of them
I
in your
think-
garage each day.
I remember living in Mexico, southern Mexico, and we'd be in people's houses, and there'd be lizards just crawling up the inside of their walls because they could get through the cracks. And I'm used to lizards, man. I can handle it. They taste
It's
wonderful.
gonna make great videos.
Yeah. If I get bit by a Gila monster, I'm probably not going to die, but I am going to get that sweet 1.5K views that I love so much. That point where it's like not quite many, but not a little. That's where that's my sweet spot.
That's good, yeah, on your YouTube.
Yeah.
So, okay, so first of all, my wife said this joke to me today, Carrie, and I just feel like you're gonna really appreciate it.
Okay.
So, say "crack my finger."
Crack my finger.
Now say it backwards.
No.
Troy?
I mean, do you want to be demonetized? Is that what...
It's one of my goals. It's one of my goals. Troy,
Do you know how upset Kevin would be right now if he was able to be on the internet right now?
he can't? Yeah,
If he hadn't run out of minutes already?
I recorded an NC Flipper episode today, and I played back Kevin's message where he like wimped out and said he wasn't gonna do the podcast.
Yeah.
Just so like because it was sent in private, and he
You
didn't
should
want me
play
to share
that.
it.
Oh,
yeah,
crap.
So, yeah. Well, no, that's why I played. I already played it on my Flipper episode.
Oh.
So make sure you subscribe to NC Flipper. This actually, the next hour is going to be an ad for NC Flipper. Kevin,
That's
usually
another
stops me.
thing. Your NC Picker people hate me.
Dude.
They really don't like me.
They really do. Troy, we went yard sailing together.
Yeah, I
and
know.
like we did some videos. I don't know if you watched them. I don't blame you if you didn't. Actually,
I
yeah,
saw the thumbnails.
Perfect.
Good
That's
enough.
That's more than I
Yeah.
ever would have expected from you,
Yeah.
honestly. And if you read
Good
the comments,
call.
man, people are like, "Wow, you guys are." Well, I don't know. They're just not fans.
I had a lady unsubscribe to me because I was so rude to Dave. I'm like, way to not watch the video at all.
Yeah,
I wasn't even. I said nothing but nice things about him. Nothing but nice
Well,
things.
You
Nothing.
may have put
no.
little pop-ups on your video saying "worst reseller ever."
I didn't say that though. I don't write those. Dawn writes those.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Troy,
Dawn
how
does
long-
that too?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she
everything,
does
dude.
as well.
She does,
She does
everything.
pretty
Wow.
much everything.
Okay.
She's shipping right now. I'm busy doing this.
Yeah.
Troy, how long have you been selling on eBay?
I think we're about 5 years or so.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your store now. 7.8K items sold. That's a lot of items.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not bad, right?
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's not like Kevin and his fake numbers.
That's
but
like
you sold it.
7.7 more than me.
It's like you sold one. Wait, what would that be? 100?
A solid 100. Maybe 105.
Yeah. I'm gonna look up Kevin's. Hold on. 7.8 for Troy.
Wonder what I have actually.
This is actually a grade of. Kevin has 23,000. That's crazy. All right, Carrie, you have. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Oh, this store. I only
Where
have
does it show it?
4.9. I only have 4.9.
I have like 6,000 or something. I think
What's your name on there?
it is.
I bet it's
Plumber
not-
Girl 3.
What is it?
Plumber Girl 3.
Why is that so perfect for you?
It's perfect. Because when we started our store with Dawn like 8 years ago, we used her eBay.
I can't even find it. I mean, I see Uber Girl. I don't even. I'm not even
Nah, dude,
clicking
it's not that complicated.
Plumber. Is it one word? Is it got a hash or an underscore? Or
Oh, it's 3 Plumber Girl. Never mind.
three, three plumbers, one girl. Okay.
It's 56. Well, that's how much feedback I have.
Okay, you have sold. It doesn't say. Do you not have a store? You don't have an eBay store?
No, why would I have that? I do have an eBay store, dude.
Oh, it's not giving me the number for yours. That's weird.
I don't know why.
I gave me
we
the number
have-
for Troy's right away.
We have 5,600 feedback, so I'd
I
say
see. Yeah, you have a lot of
double that,
feedback.
maybe.
Oh, you know what? I probably got to click this. Hold on, found it.
Is it store?
14K, 14,000 sales that Dawn has sold.
$1
Definitely
cards,
Dawn.
all of them.
And by the way, your store name is actually 1851 AD Deals.
I know that, but Plumber Girl is the people. There's a link in my bio. Go check it out. Buy something. Don't. It's up to you.
The only thing about Carrie's 14,000 sales is, Troy, that literally equates to $14,000 because it's all $1 sports cards.
If you're not accounting for the fees and all the money that I lost in investing on those cards, yes.
Like, I'm scrolling down I sorted lowest to highest, and I went down the whole page. It's all $1 items.
No, it is
Page
not.
2. Dude,
no, it's not.
Okay, I'm going to show you right now.
You're going lowest to highest, though. That's not fair.
I am going lowest. Yeah, but you'd be out of the $1 range.
I'll tell you what I sold
half a second
today. Okay, now ready to tally this up. Okay, and this is just eBay, folks. I also do Whatnot. I made a bid on Whatnot this week.
Okay.
A $2 Kyler Murray press proof.
2. Okay, keep going. I think I can.
What did I pay for
2
that?
hands. No. Let's just go. I want
a card for $750.
Oh, dang it! I'm out of fingers.
Oh, some Keen shoes. That was like 18 something. Another shoe. Another $4 card. A card for $40 American. $40 USD. That paid for my Texas Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Dude, how much do you pay for a chicken breast at Texas Roadhouse? It's better not be more than like $4.
It's $12. Dude, it's honestly good. I like chicken. I eat a lot of chicken. I've talked to you about this.
No, chicken's not bad, but it's, you know what? If you're like living in the hotel for a little while, you should get a little sous vide machine, and you can like water cook your chicken.
I got my zero sugar Twizzlers in the fridge right now.
I saw that. That's a new thing. Are they any good?
What? No.
No. I like
They're
a
actually
good
not
solid
bad.
Twizzler, but I'm not. Dude,
I can't eat them, dude.
Where did you find Francesca Franimal's FIFA La Femme Lashes Puppy Dog Girl plush that you have listed?
I think Dawn found that. Go figure.
$125 for that.
At the DI. At the DI.
That's pretty good. I went to the DI, Troy, and I went to Savers. Well, Savers was my best one ever because we found pooped in shorts.
Yep.
Like
just
literally
full log.
There was no full log. The log would have fallen. There probably was a log, but it fell out and someone stepped on it and cleaned it up, whatever. But there was quite a bit of fecal matter.
If this stays monetized, it's a miracle.
Yeah.
Did you get a discount on them, or did they make you pay full price?
No, they were $6. So I don't know what the original price was.
Why would you barter at that price?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a steal.
Hey, I'm looking through, Carrie. It looks like you listed the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books.
I did, like $50, bro.
Nice. Hopefully that sells for
I've
you.
listed a bit this week. Believe it or not, I'm actually an eBayer as much as I joke that I'm not.
Dude, I also listed stuff. I've been trying.
I heard.
What's that, Troy?
I just wondered. He keeps saying I listed, and it sounds weird.
It sounds like a lie. Did Dawn list it?
I list, and I ship all the sports cards on eBay.
Okay. So I listed on Thursday.
Dawn is getting me teriyaki chicken. Everybody, just in.
Oh, good, more chicken. Okay, so by the way, that sound that your iPhone made, my parents have gotten like super weird as they got older, and my dad, like every time that sound goes off, and his Chihuahua, he's like creepy with his dog. Okay, there's like this point where you either become weird with your dog, like, or you don't. And he's kind of become weird with his dog, like where they're kind of in love.
I'm fully invested. I want to hear more about this.
So here's the thing: if my dad, those like hypotheticals, right? Like there's a train coming, and it's gonna hit me, but the only way to save me is to throw his dog onto the lever.
Yeah,
I'm dying.
You're dead.
Okay, so I'm a dead man. It's just what's gonna happen, and I've accepted that. Like the dog's definitely a more passionate, and a better kid than I ever was. Like I never licked the ice cream off his spoon, and the dog does, right? Like I just never did that, and I never shared whipped cream. Like I'm not into that. The dog is, which is fine. He can have that relationship. I'm sorry.
He never had. No,
I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dad, but it is weird. I am sorry, but it's weird.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
But anytime that iPhone noise goes off, like he gets like really upset and says that noise bothers his dog, but his dog doesn't seem bothered by it at all. And he like will snap at me or anyone else whose phone does that. It's just a weird thing, guys. It's just a weird thing. There's not much else to the story other than I kind of feel like emotionally abused about that noise every time I hear it.
See, I've been lucky that my trauma comes from a different, somehow richer and darker place.
What, you mean your parents were rich?
No. I had a dog. My first dog, though, his name, he was a giant poodle. Giant poodle. He ran away. Never saw him again when I was a kid. But his name was Killer.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I never seen him kill nothing. It was a lie.
Whoa. The cake was a lie. Troy, do you get that reference?
I missed it.
The cake was a lie?
I think that's is that
comment down below if you understand the cake is a lie.
let me have a guess.
It's a video game. It's a video game.
Oh, it's a video game.
Yeah, it's a video game.
Oh, is it the
reference.
Chip and Dale's, the NES one with the dancers?
No, it's honestly, I would say this game might be one of the best games of all time, in my opinion. And I'll just go ahead and tell you guys in case you haven't tried it. It's called Portal. You ever played Portal?
I've heard of it.
No.
Dude.
Half-Life,
Feels like a bit of a deep
same
cut.
disc.
The same disc as Half-Life. Yeah, if you got the orange box, that's right. Yeah.
But I never played it because I had friends in a social life.
That's such a liar. You never had friends.
No, I never did. Dave's my first friend.
Do you know what's funny, Troy? Is we go to this yard sale together and we see a bass guitar on the ground. Carrie walks up and he goes, slapping the bass, right? And I'm like way ahead of him. Like I'm already halfway through the sale. I can't hear him at all. But I'm watching his footage and he says, slapping the bass. And of course, in my footage, like 3 minutes later, I'm walking out of the yard sale. I see the bass. I'm like, hey, Carrie, a bass, slapping the bass. Said the same exact thing as Carrie. And he's like,
and I'm terrible with quotes too. That's the funny thing. Like I don't remember, but I love that one quote from "I Love You, Man."
It is, yeah. And then he also does it a bunch of times where he's like, slapping the bass, slapping the bass. He's like trying to do the Jamaican accent. Anyways, so I just thought it was kind of weird that we both quoted the same movie.
So, Dave, you asked before about like profit margin and stuff on sales. And
yeah, we're done with that.
No, we moved past the.
I know. It just reminded me of something.
Okay.
Somebody had commented on one of my videos recently asking, hey, I'm seeing all these resellers that are fairly large channels, and they're saying sales are down, but you're still moving stuff. How you doing that? And one of the things I told him was, I think it's because I sell low dollar stuff. Like you can impulse buy a $10 thing.
Yeah.
Even when stuff is tight. And I was just curious if you guys are seeing your stuff slow down, or because people are freaking out about, there's the stories out about how everything is going down and people are going back to brick and mortar, and there's people that the sky is falling, and I don't see it.
Well, we're fake resellers, so it's kind of hard to really answer this honestly.
But honestly, my reselling sales, my success is always correlated with how much I'm listing, always. So if I'm listing consistently 20 plus a day, I'm churning and burning, because I do sell, as you guys know and make fun of me for, a lot of low dollar items, but that stuff moves. And I have this, some of you guys who do sports cards know Burbank's. Yeah, or gals. Burbank sports cards, one of the biggest ones in the world, does commons, everything. That's kind of like my idol. I love that store, and I don't even know if it makes sense. Yeah, it's in Burbank, California. And I just want to buy collections. It's like part of my, like what I'm into. I want to buy collections and sell everything. And the only problem is I don't have the time, so I have to be more careful.
Okay. Well, listen, Troy, am seeing a huge decline in sales, but it's because of the lack of work that I'm doing. I moved recently to Florida.
Right.
Florida. I moved here specifically because of the
He
rap
was
artist.
in Vegas. Flo Rida was in Vegas.
Yeah. And so I moved here because of him. He's not actually here. I was really upset. I thought he'd greet me
Yeah,
at
that
the
is
door.
kind of a bait and switch.
What was that again? It wasn't apple bottom jeans. What were the kind of jeans we were talking about earlier? Remember
boots
that?
with the fur, cork bottom jeans.
Cork bottom jeans, yes.
Yes, boots with the fur.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
That's a
so
deep cut.
with the move, like I got out of the habit of listing to the point where, like, I don't know, man, I would just like think about listing and get overwhelmed. And I was like just not listing anything. And so I was like, this week I'm like, I've got to get back to listing because I'm doing like 3 sales in 3 days. And I have plenty of listings. It's just kind of stale stuff and it's, not good.
And when you say you're listing, is it Tina? Let's be honest. Are you saying when I listed 8 today, it's
me.
Tina?
It's literally me. I listed 8 on Thursday.
With your hands.
10 with my own hands, my own phone. 10. I didn't use Flip. I probably should have. My link's down below. 10 on Friday, 12 on Saturday, and 15 today listings. So I'm actually going up, and my goal is to do more tomorrow, but I have a meeting with one of our partners in Japan tomorrow night from 8 to 10. So I don't know if I'm actually going to succeed. And there's also Carrie's auction, which distracts me every time he has it.
Yeah.
So, but I really want to try to list more and more each day to the point. I mean, I guess I'm going to stop. Yeah, I should also probably do that with push-ups. That'd be good for my health.
I've thought about starting push-ups. I just don't like touching the floor. It's dirty.
No.
It's really the only place you can do those.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it in the bed, I guess, or in the bathtub.
It's true.
I kind of want to see Carrie doing push-ups in the bathtub. I think that'd be kind of a good
I'm trying. I'm trying to lose like 25 pounds before FlipCon, guys. I don't really want to do push-ups though. I just like to eat less.
Yeah. I would like to lose some weight, but I also really like eating food. So it's
I think
a
you
challenge.
got like 40 pounds just in your face.
I do carry all my weight in my face.
You are really
Troy.
mean to him.
He's mean,
No.
isn't he? Hurtful?
I don't even mean that in a mean way, Troy. I honestly, like, when I met... This is a very sweet thing I'm about to say about Dave. He was not as fat as I thought he would be.
You
I'm
met
not
my
even
expectations for fatness.
Thank you. Because, like, I like to keep it above this. I'm fully aware that I'm plump, but I thought you'd be fatter. But it's like your face, though,
Golly.
dude. Your face is like...
I'm blushing.
Your face is just like...
I carry all my weight in my head. I'm not
Seriously.
like, literally have always done that. Like I carry a
giant
lot
head.
of weight in my head and chest, and it's just a weird. It's a weird, the man boobs are real though.
It's
They're
true.
real. Yeah, I have to buy a man's ear. Seinfeld,
A bro.
dude. Some people appreciate the Seinfeld reference in every episode. I get
I
comments
enjoy
about it. Yeah, see, you like it.
Yeah.
Trey knows. Hey, Trey, you know a lot of Seinfeld quotes?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
See?
I think so.
Maybe we should kick Carrie out and just bring Troy in. Carrie's not responding.
I mean, if you want, I'm down with it. I mean,
He calls me fathead, and then he just can't take one minor diss. Now he's crying again. He's always crying. Actually, he kind of looks frozen. I think he is frozen.
I
Oh, there he is. He's alive. No, so I got this comment. So you saw, okay, maybe you didn't, but I bought something, Carrie. I went to this yard sale where he had a bunch of Star Wars stuff. And I said to my mom, I said, because she was with me, and I was like, I don't really want to go to this yard sale because this guy literally has in his listing selling things for slightly below eBay value. He literally said, like, would you even go to that sale?
No.
You wouldn't, right? But
I
the
wouldn't.
items were so cool. Like, he had pictures, and it's all this, like, 1970s, 80s Star Wars action figures. He's got, like, a bunch of sealed action figures, some games, like old board games that are sealed, all this really cool stuff. And I just couldn't resist. I had to go, even though it was a little bit out of the way. I figured worst case, I'd buy a couple things. And when I'm there, his prices are all over the map, right? Like, he has this Star Wars board game. I asked him how much it is, and he's like $150. It's super rare. But then I looked it up, and it's currently being sold at Best Buy for $20. It's a new game. It's not even old.
Oh, wow.
Like, but then again, I'd like find something else where it was like, hey, how much is this? And he'd say $30. I'd look it up, it sells for $70. And I'm like, okay, so that's like, I'm a cheapskate, and I struggle to do that kind of flip, but that's a good flip. Like, it's not bad at all. 30 for 70. Would you do that flip?
I wouldn't know.
it depends on the item. Like, how easy is it? How quickly does it sell?
What if it's like something you love because an awesome Star Wars
Yeah,
figure?
if it was sports cards, I would. That's fair.
Yeah. That was kind of what got me. Like, it's so funny because he had another flip that was a 30 for 70, and I didn't buy it because I wasn't that interested in it. So
What did you get? What was it?
So I got this, it's a C-3PO action figure, and there's a Jawa holding his detached arm, right? And it's like an animated Star Wars action figure thing. It's really cool. And I broke it, but that's a separate topic. So it's not worth 70 anymore. Now I have to keep it, Tina. Now I have to keep it. Oops, I broke it.
You were going to keep it either way.
No, I mean, so someone did comment on the TikTok and said, why would you buy that? That's a stupid flip. After fees and shipping, you're basically not making any money. That's what they said. But if you think about the math, it's not really true. If you sell it for 70 and your fees are going to be, what, $12-ish? That's $58. You paid 30. You know, that's what, 20, 30, 40, 50. I have to use my fingers. That's an ADD thing. Did you know that? That's like 28 in profit, and then you got to charge taxes, which is going to be, I don't know, say 30%.
Did you guys hear about that? If you make over $600, you got to start paying the government money?
What?
Yeah, that is true. You got to pay taxes. Anyway, so it's like a $20 profit. But I'm already there. So it's not like I had to go and spend my time and stuff like that to go get it. I'm already there. I'm already buying other items. So it's just $20 to list and ship something that's easy and fast and fun. So I don't know. I think it's worth it if it's something you care about. So you would do it, Carrie, if it's sports cards.
I really would, yeah.
Yeah. And Troy, you'd do it if it was something super easy.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't take time, if it's easy to.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, I don't. If it's something that's going to take me a half hour to box up, I wouldn't mess with it. But
nah, this wouldn't take a half hour to box up. I mean, I broke it without even having to box it up. So
yeah, well,
It's true.
Broke the arm right off. Very annoying. Because I really liked it a lot. So I think I will keep it. I'm going to super glue it, and I'm going to tell Tina it's got no resale value because it's got super glue, and then I can keep it. So
you broke the broken arm?
I broke the broken arm, yeah. I literally did. The one that Jawa thing he's holding broke the hand off it.
How?
So, so I was talking to my mom on the phone. I was carrying like 6 things, and I walked into a door. The walking into a door was not advisable, but I did it.
That tracks.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So, anyways, that's a fail. I also bought a bunch of Disney Pixar books. What are they called? They're called Wonderful World of Reading.
Ooh.
This was a tricky one. I paid $10 for 45 of them. And I think I can lot them up and sell them for like $50.
Nice.
Flip of the week.
You give me 6 hours, I'll have that red front to back.
Yeah. What was your best find this weekend? Each of you.
Go ahead, Troy.
Me? Well, I just did a video on my collective find.
Hold on. Do you have an eBay? Or I mean a YouTube?
I do.
What's your YouTube name for the viewers?
Mountain Man Treasure.
Okay, guys, go check out Troy's YouTube channel. It's better than me and Carrie's because we're not on it.
The golden
Okay,
points.
you did a video about your best find. What was it?
Yeah, well, have you ever seen the trail of painted ponies? Ponies?
No.
No?
No.
I don't have the cool ones in here. That's okay, because then people have to go and watch the video. I have one though that I just have that is sitting here. It's these things. So this one's actually not worth that much. That's why I keep it. So there's all sorts of different, they got different designs and stuff like that. On the bottom is the artist and the name of them, so it's super easy to look up.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
and some of them are worth. It was on Facebook Marketplace. This lady had 2 days before listed them, and I just happened to come across them. I've sold them before, so I knew exactly what they were. They're not all worth a lot of money, but some of them are worth hundreds of dollars.
Wow.
And I saw one in there that I knew was really good. She wanted $250 for 7 of them. And so I messaged her.
$250 for 7.
Huh?
$250 for 7 of those.
For all of yeah, she said $40 a piece or $250 for everything.
Okay.
And so I messaged her and said, "Hey, are they still here?" Did the Facebook thing. She said, "You actually have somebody ahead of you, but I'll let you know if that doesn't happen." Well, she messaged me later that night at like 6:30 and said, "Hey, can you meet tonight?" And so it seemed like she jumps from person to person really quickly if they don't get back with her. So I said, yeah. And I just went over there and met. I picked all of them up. And I think after fees, after that, and I actually only paid her $240.
Nice.
Because I said, "Hey, I'm going to have to go to the ATM." And they
Stole
only
it.
took 20s. Would you take $240?
Yeah.
She said yes. So I thought that was a nice way to save $10. It's the ATM's fault.
It is.
Exactly.
Actually, that's happened to me where the ATM was to blame.
Yeah. So I got them all for $240. I did the math on them on the low end after fees and the buy cost. I should make in the neighborhood of $800 to $900.
You're gonna make a profit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh.
I have 2 of them are worth $250.
Tell me more about that. What's that like?
Yeah.
So that's
one of them glows in the dark, guys. Like
What?
it's got glow paint. It's a
So what's
skeleton
like?
horse.
What's the one? Oh, I think I saw the picture of that actually.
Yeah,
was
it's a
that in your
skeleton
thumbnail?
horse, and it glows in the dark. Yeah.
That was in your thumbnail. So
Yeah,
is
it
that
looked like-
what's like the one most valuable? What's it worth?
That one's worth probably $350.
That pays for it all.
That pays for
Nice.
everything.
That means
Yeah,
you can keep the rest for your personal collection.
exactly for your painted
But I
horse
have like a
collection.
$25 one here. That's all I need.
Ah, yeah. It was just like as a memento starring.
Yeah, because I always find them and
Ethan
sell
Hunt?
them, and so I found one that wasn't worth that much. That way I can kind of keep them. And
See, I have never seen one of those in my life, and I've seen a lot of stupid stuff. So I'm surprised. Those are actually really quite cool. They remind me a little bit of like country Jim Shore.
Country Road.
a little bit. There's different art. They all started off as like a full size horse, like somewhere I don't know where it is, but they started off as like full size painted horses. Like the artists make these, and then they pick some of them to make the shrunken down version of. They still sell them.
It might be more common in Montana too, Carrie.
Well, in Utah, I think it's like buffalo or something. Like we have all these painted animals that are similar to that. So I think at least in the West, a lot of the states have things like that.
All right, so Carrie, what's your number one find? this weekend?
Goodness, I found some shoes at the DI. Found some shoes
Dude,
at the
I saw
DI.
you at a lot of thrift stores this weekend, and I kind of had this hunch that you slept in on Saturday.
Dude, I couldn't Yeah, I really couldn't
Like,
go
what time did you
garage
get up
selling.
Saturday?
I don't want to talk about it.
It was like 11, right? You
I don't wanna
didn't
talk
even
about
get
it.
out of bed till 11.
Dude, I wasn't really motivated to do garage sales
I'm
this
right
week.
though, right? Like I could sense it from your stories. I'm like, this dude woke up at like 11:30 and rolled out to 1 yard sale and then went to the DI.
I found shoes though. I found shoes. Everybody was out somewhere else, and I found like $80-$90 worth of shoes, so I was happy.
What'd you pay? You were paying like $8 a pair,
Yeah,
right?
so like $24 or so.
Okay. So you did 24 to 80. That's not that much different from 30 to 70 I was talking about earlier.
It's true. I'm trying to get into shoes though, and I'm also hedging my bets. I got 3 different shoes, so it's not just one item. 30 to 70.
Generally, you sell them in a pair, though, Gary.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm just
you should-
I'm just
you're
going the
buying.
amputee route to get extra
Okay.
money. I'm doing left and right, left and right, left and right.
Got
That's 6
in there.
listings.
I like it.
So which one was the best shoe?
The Brooks Glycerin 19.
Glycerin.
I
is
don't
a
really
good
know.
song.
It is, man. I love that. It's
Glycerin.
Hanson. Yes.
No, I don't think that's Hanson. All right, so my best find was a weird one. I got it for $2. It was all right, so tell me if you know what this is. A portable strip slitter.
No clue.
No? No clue?
No.
Well, it's a carpet cutter. Like if you're
Oh.
installing carpets.
But it's portable.
And here's a picture of it on the screen. You guys who are listening, I'm showing my.
Oh, is that what
eBay.
you showed for no reason earlier, and I was confused?
Yeah, I was trying to set it up. So yeah, this is a whatever carpet stripper or whatever. It's sold same day. Someone sent me an offer for $100, and so I accepted it because I needed to sell some stinking stuff. I paid $2, and I sold it for $100 in like an hour. Bolo alert, guys! Bolo alert! You're gonna find these everywhere. Bliss
Is it heavy?
carpet slitters.
Is
It was
that big? I can't tell.
3.5 pounds. So, I mean, right next to it is like that little wrench that was included, that little silver wrench, and a little piece of paper. It's not huge. It's like the size of maybe a cell phone and a half wide, cell phone long, but it's heavy. It's like solid metal. I've picked it up and I was like, man, that thing feels chunky.
Like an
It's
old
worth some
school,
money.
like Zach Morris, like cell phone, or like a modern cell phone?
Probably Zach Morris, yeah. Yeah, but anyways, $2 to $100, and then at same sale, I got a old Sony lavalier mic that's XLR to lav.
See, I've noticed
for $1.
you don't
and it
usually
sells
talk
for
about
$60.
bolos unless you find something you like. You usually don't ever talk about them, but you really were into it today.
Well, okay, so here's the big thing about figuring out bolos is listing the stuff you buy. So when you just buy it and you don't comp it and you don't list it, you don't really know if you found a bolo all the time. You're just kind of buying stuff and hoping it's worth money, and then you find
gotta-
out it's a bolo 6 months later when you actually get to listing it.
You got to
this
know when
one
it's business time. You got to know.
I bought it, I listed it, I sold it, all within 24 hours. That feels good.
When did Tina ship
did,
it?
you guys. I did actually. I was thinking about it. It fits the show. I did pull some stuff out of a lady's garbage can at a garage sale
Really?
this weekend, which that was a first for me. I asked. She had different bobbleheads and stuff, and I said, "Oh, you don't have any hats, do you?" She goes, "Oh, I threw those out last night. I didn't think anybody would want those." And
Really?
she walks over there. She goes, "Well, they're probably sitting here on the top." She pops open her, the big plastic garbage can outside, and sure enough, I pulled a couple hats out of there. But underneath that, it's going to make a good video because I said, "Well, what is that right there?" And she goes, "Oh, that's just my watermelon." I said, "No, ma'am, under that bag." Two vintage, like a satin jacket, University of Montana. It's got like the old school logo on it, probably from the 80s, that I pulled out of there in beautiful shape. And then like a basketball warm-up shirt or something, probably from
Wow.
the same time. Like it snaps up the front and it's got a big spell out on the back. Nothing
Nice.
wrong with it at all. She goes, "I didn't think anybody would want those."
Now,
Lord knows how. I mean, they're probably $100 a piece. Pulled it out of the garbage can. I said, "How much do you
Pretty
want
legit.
for stuff I'm pulling out of your garbage can?" And she says, "No, you can just have it."
I've actually had a guy charge me though when I've done that before, where I pulled it out of the garbage and he actually wanted money for it. Hey, question though, was she calling it like her watermelon in the possessive? This watermelon in the trash. She was
yeah.
like, "This is my watermelon."
Yeah.
Like, why is she throwing it out if they're so close?
I mean, I assume she was probably done with it. They had parted.
Was it
you know.
was it like emptied out and like consumed, or was it
Well, I
just?
mean,
a
it was
full-
in like a plastic bag. So I mean, I
Okay.
don't have to pick the seeds out of the pockets of the jacket.
Well, she might also buy seedless watermelons.
She had a very neat garbage can.
We should mic Duke up, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know what to do about it, man. I'm sorry.
It's fine, guys. Comment down below and tell Carrie it's okay, because he actually like really does worry about this sort of stuff. Like
Oh, yeah,
you don't
it's
see
a
it.
really
he's, like,
bothering me, honestly.
dying inside right now.
You should probably put him on camera so everybody knows that, like, you don't have a hostage or something.
Do you have a? Let's see him. Let's see that he's okay. Are you okay, Duke? Are you okay?
Bark twice.
Bark twice if you're happy. He's just sitting there. He just, yeah.
But he likes to whine. He's always been like that since he was a baby. So
You got to give him peanut butter, like a whole jar of it.
I don't even think that would help. He just misses his mom. That's all.
He'd be like, just be slurpy and whiny.
He's one of those rescue dogs and kind of got a little bit messed up. So
Well,
unfortunately,
we'll have to allow it because he's a good. I'm sure he's
he's
good
a great
pup.
dog. He just
Yeah.
gets sad.
No, mine does the same thing. Like, same thing. Rescue. Lord knows, what happened to him beforehand. The dog has separation anxiety.
Yep,
10 years
exactly.
later, you go to the store and come back in 10 minutes and you spin in circles like you were gone.
Exactly
for a month.
what this is. If
Never come
Don's
back.
not here, he's gonna have, and he's just having one of those days. This is good podcast material right here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So you know what's
I mean,
funny?
Kevin's
Okay?
not here. We got to talk about animals or something. Like,
That's true.
I don't know.
I've always. So this is a total topic change. First of all, I've been reading through the Trash to Cash comments. Kevin usually picks a comment of the week, so I'm trying to do his part. And I noticed that Thrifting with MJ Bean said, just subbed to your channel, saw you on the Mikey Bags of Money channel. Thought I would check you
Yeah.
out. So thank you, Mikey Bags of Money.
Mikey
for
Bags of
bringing
Money.
a sub over here. We appreciate that. And I was just like, I accidentally stumbled into ADHD TikTok this week, Carrie.
Yeah.
Like, there's all these niches in TikTok, right? And, like, I managed to stumble. Now, they diagnosed me with ADHD in 6th grade, and my mom said, we're not doing drugs. You're not touching them, blah, blah, blah. So, they, we're never, you're speaking death to my son. That's just my mom. So we've ignored this my whole life and just pretended like it wasn't there. And I've sort of embraced it at this point because it gives me lots of energy and I can always work on 90 tasks at once. But this ADHD TikTok, like, these people come on like, hey, you with ADHD, have you ever noticed this? And they, like, say something about themselves and, like, things they struggle with. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I do have this. It's really bad. Like, one of the things I've never, like, been able to quantify is I struggle in, like, a large crowd. Like, honestly, I hate big parties. Like, the thing we threw in Vegas, that party we threw, like, I hate that scene. Like,
Really?
And it wasn't like
You
a
did
raucous
well.
Like
party.
the
but just, like,
anxiety of the people, or what is it?
no, I can't. Okay, dude, I'm about to admit something to everyone on here, right? You're all my friends. So this will help you understand me when you meet
Keep
me.
it between us.
I can't focus when there's lots of conversations going on around me, and I end up listening to all the conversations because of the ADHD. So I'm just and I try really hard. Like, we had a birthday party last night, and my cousin's trying to talk to me, but there's, like, this going on, and a kid over here, and this and this and this. And, like, I'm just, like, trying so hard to focus and listen, and I'm just not getting anything of what you're saying. And I know you're going to find me out because I'm not listening to you. Even though I want to listen to you so bad, I just can't. Like, my attention gets drawn in too many directions, and I just can't do it. And, like, I have to pretend. I got two options. I either A, admit I didn't catch any of what you said for the last 3 minutes, or B, I pretend like I heard you. And usually I go that route.
That's what I've been doing for like 45 minutes.
And then, like, but then I'll get called on it later, like later in the night. Remember I was talking to you about this? I'm like, no.
Oh, what? I typed Dharma and Greg into my phone. It's a good show.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, Carrie, you might struggle with it too. But anyways, in those big crowds, I struggle because I'm uncomfortable because I have trouble listening to people.
And you're uncomfortable because you struggle.
And I eat because I'm
It's a
fat,
vicious
and I'm
cycle.
fat because I eat. It's a vicious cycle. That one's Austin Powers.
Honestly, I didn't see that. I mean, I can't see it from my end. You were the
got
belle
very
of the
good.
ball. You were the belle of the ball. Everybody was circling around you.
I just
Yeah,
want
but
to.
Dave, when you get done with that, then because I have the same deal. Like I get anxiety in groups. Like
Yeah,
it just makes
I get
me,
freaked
not
out
for
a
that same
little bit.
reason. But so you can essentially fake it, but then afterwards, are you just exhausted when you're done?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally
same deal.
worn
Like
out.
I can fake it.
Yeah, that was
fine,
exhausting.
But when I'm done, I'm just I need to go in a room by myself, and I'm exhausted.
And I like legitimately want to be a part of all these conversations and make these relationships. It's just like, it's a challenge. I guess my whole point was I never actually attributed it to ADHD. I always just thought I was terrible socially, but maybe there is actually a reason. It's irrelevant. I'm not going to do anything about it. It's just self-awareness, I guess.
I feel like you've stumbled into like the WebMD.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I have many
Diagnosing
diseases.
yourself.
Me and Carrie can't even like say the names of diseases without thinking we have them.
Oh yeah.
So like, Carrie, if I just say appendicitis, I guarantee by the end of the day tomorrow, Carrie's like Googling where's my appendix.
You don't want to see my
I think it
Google
hurts.
history from today. You really don't.
What kind
really
of
don't.
diseases did you have today, Carrie? Diabetes.
Do you really want to know?
Yeah, let's hear them.
I don't. It's embarrassing.
Why is it embarrassing? It's just us three. No one's
It's-
listening.
No,
Kevin's not here. No one's clicking.
No, I think I don't know. I don't want to embarrass myself. Maybe.
Well,
maybe
if
for
it's an
another
STD,
podcast.
keep it to yourself. But anything
No.
else, let's hear it. Do they still call them STDs or are they STIs now?
No, we were talking about the other day when your aunt had that's
The
problem.
cat poop disease.
Yeah, and I started worrying. I'm like, man, I got cats and they poop.
Yes. My aunt's all better now, by the way. I mean, she still needs a hip
I'm glad she's
replacement.
okay,
She
by the
still
way.
needs a hip replacement, but I don't know if you knew this, Troy, but like if you get cat feces like in your eye, you can actually get an infection. And that infection will literally make you like lose your faculties, forget who you are, get super confused, fall over. Like all this crap just started happening to my aunt at random a couple weeks back, and no one knew what was going on. And they actually
And
figured
it's
it out
it's
and
it's tough
diagnosed
because
it.
like now I have to find a new protein source.
You've been eating the cat poop.
The dogs do. The dog
But even
does.
then, how are you getting it in your eye?
Yeah, I mean you're just a sloppy eater.
I'm joking.
It's like
This is
okay. Now we really got to talk about reselling. Kevin's not here, but I'm telling you, like, so I'm drinking Liquid Death. Okay, this is just sparkling water. Sparkling water. That's all it is. It's not alcoholic, guys. Don't worry. I'm a good boy. But any can of soda, and I want to know if this happens to you guys too. Like a can of soda, can of anything. If you drink it every now and then, a mustache hair gets stuck in the little thingy, right here, and then you pull it away and it rips the mustache hair out, and your eyes just start to like gush water because it hurts so bad. Does that happen to you, or is that just me?
Oh, that's happened to me.
Oh, I hate
Definitely.
it. It's like the worst thing in the world. in my pampered life, it's the worst thing in my world. So I
Troy
guess
probably.
I'm blessed.
Troy has the biggest beard of us three, but I don't know about mustache.
Yeah,
I trim that back. I don't want to. I try to save that issue. I don't.
You
wanna
shave
deal with
it.
that.
You keep it really short. See, mine's too long right now. It's kind of going over the lip. I don't really have much of a lip, so I'm thinking about
definitely-
getting fillers.
I definitely do want to broach this subject. What's next after the beards? Because we went through back when I was in high school, and you guys are probably all similar in age to me. It was like it was just the goatee, but no mustache.
Yeah,
Remember that?
goatee.
And we had the sideburns, and we were all listening to Blink 182.
Yeah, we have a face mullet.
Yeah, the face mullet, exactly.
No.
What's after this? Is everybody going to the mustaches? That's where I feel like it's going,
Dude,
unironically.
Troy, did you just watch that movie with Ryan Reynolds on Netflix?
I've seen it, and I wasn't sure if you'd catch that.
Yeah, face
nice
mullet.
job.
Dude, I catch all the movie quotes, Troy.
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, thank you.
I
Thank
don't.
you,
I
Ryan
feel. I
Reynolds.
feel like the hipsters have sort of taken hold of the mustache, haven't they?
I feel like the
they
mustache
have.
is next.
No, it's already back in certain subsets, certain groups.
I
The
feel
guys
like
who
in
wear
5
really
years we all
short
have
shorts.
mustaches.
I must ask you a question.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember what that movie was called, Troy, but I literally just watched it.
I don't remember
Carrie,
either.
you might like it, kind of. Oh, The Atom Project.
Oh, I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was decent. It was like a 6 out of 10. I would give it.
It was a
What do you-
solid
Nice.
Netflix.
Yeah,
I
a solid
watched,
Netflix and
um,
chill movie.
I watched War of the Worlds the other day because I love
know,
that movie.
I know,
I
and-
love that movie.
The
So
Tom
I
Cruise?
typed it in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I was
seems-
gonna say
it's
there's
got
an older
terrible
one.
reviews, but I love it.
You know, there's an older one. That's a remake.
What's a
it's a
remake of a
book.
radio program? Yeah,
I thought it was a book and a radio program.
I think it was a book as well. H.G. Wells, I believe.
Yes. Anyways, I went to go watch that, and then I pulled it up, and I saw it was rated PG-13, and I was like, I could watch that with my 12-year-old daughter, because she loves she's my only kid who's like a movie lover.
Yeah.
And so I just love watching movies with her, because she like gets into it like me, and my other kids are just like, this is boring. Where are the cartoons?
Super annoying kids in that movie. Just Dakota Fanning screaming
More
over
annoying
and
than the
over and
Jurassic Park, the first Jurassic Park.
No, not quite that
Oh,
bad.
they're
But,
so annoying.
but I, in all honesty, I am fascinated by whatever the heck that storyline is. It's just got me on everything I'm interested in.
Yeah, all
I
the
don't know
aliens
why.
die of like a human disease.
Yeah, no,
basically.
I'm
That's
scared
very
of
cool.
aliens, and I think I've been abducted. That's another day.
Actually, yeah, that's another topic for another day. That's on our other podcast, Troy.
That's on Cancel That Podcast. Go check it out, guys.
Oh,
Anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, movies. Why? Oh, I went and saw a movie in the theater, The Bad Guys.
The Bad
I'm still
Guys.
struggling with severe jet lag. Troy, have you ever been like to different time zones, like the East
Oh, yeah.
Coast? You have
Yeah.
been like
Ever-
New York City or something?
Yeah, I mean, not as much now. I used to have to travel. I was in newspaper for a while doing sports, and I used to have to travel a lot. And
Hey, Carrie likes sports. Let's not
I
talk
like
about
sports.
it. But yeah, so for some reason when I go like west to east, maybe this is normal, the jet lag hits me way worse. And so I've been like super tired all week where I'm just like conking out. And like I literally, okay, no one from my work listens to this, I hope, although they saw me in the Trash to Cash podcast t-shirt. I had a meeting, and it's a meeting where like no one turns their cameras on, and it's pretty boring. It's like about current issues, and like they'll bring stuff to me.
Workflow.
Yeah, they'll bring stuff to me like that's super high level if it needs my attention, but usually I'm not even involved. I'm just like fly on the wall. And I was like, man, my back hurts. I'm just going to lay down on my floor during this meeting because my back was bothering me. And I put my legs up on my chair, laying on the floor. I just like instantly fell asleep. And woke up an hour later. And the meeting was like, all right, have a good day, guys. I'm like, oh, crap. I just slept for the whole meeting.
Did they say anything to you afterwards, a text or anything?
No, because they almost never have to talk in that meeting. Normally I'm working on emails. But my back was bothering me. I'm just gonna like relax and like listen to this meeting, and I just conked out completely because of the jet lag.
that's going back to Seinfeld. You got George's desk.
Yeah, exactly. Sleeping under the desk. But okay, so I said that because like, oh, lost my train of thought. Never mind. Troy, say something.
Nice.
Say something interesting.
Troy, go.
I mean, you're putting me on the spot.
Okay, no, Bad
Interesting.
Guys. I went and saw Bad
There you
Guys, the animated movie in the theater with the kids this weekend, and I also slept through that whole thing. So did Tina. So Callie is like, Dad, I was going to ask you if I could eat my candy, but you and Mom were both asleep. We were both fast asleep in the theater. Okay. Now
Yeah, you
can
guys
say
are
the
still
thing.
suffering from the jet lag. That is a big
Yeah.
trip, though. You had to go like... you were like, I'm at my layover in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm like, what?
That can't be
That's
how
not
you say
even...
that.
What?
That can't
What,
be how you say that.
what do I say it?
I think you put too many N's in it.
I think
Minneapolis-
there's an extra syllable in there.
Minneapolis?
There.
Minneapolis?
That's it. No, you just had it right.
You got it there.
Minneapolis.
No, that's wrong.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolitan.
Wake up. Okay. Anyway, so Troy, did you think of the thing yet that you were going to say?
Oh, no, I thought I was off the hook.
No, you're still on. Dude, I'm putting you on
definitely.
there. Have you ever sold lures? Speaking of hooks,
Yeah, I've got to pack one up, actually, probably tomorrow.
how do you know that a lure is worth buying?
You look it up, I guess. I mean,
do they have maker's marks?
yeah, I mean, the older ones, generally, they're made out of wood, often. The wooden ones are better.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger, the better sometimes, like those
Really?
giant ones. A lot of times people just use them to display them. So if they're not all chewed up and...
Mm.
How does a wood lure get a fish, though? They don't usually see wood fish in the water, do they?
Well, I mean, it probably tastes about as good as plastic or metal whenever, you know.
But, like,
Yeah.
they
Fish
can't...
aren't made of plastic either, Carrie.
Well, I know, but I'm just like, it just doesn't look like a fish. It looks like a
Well,
piece
if
of
you
wood.
paint it.
Oh, you
Paint
paint
it to
them.
look like- No, they look like fish. Like
Oh,
real
you use
fish.
them you use them for fishing.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw some at a yard sale and I bit them because I thought they were real fish, and I got stuck in my cheek there, my little cheekbone. Yeah, up in the bone, Carrie. Up in the bone.
But how did you manage that?
I got so excited because it was such a yummy looking fish. I'm not actually into fish that much. I really am not. And I will say this about our trip to Vegas. All the stuff we ate off the strip at like the crappy looking restaurants was the best food we ate. Without
They
a
have
doubt.
great food in Vegas, but a lot of it's off the strip. That's
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
strip food, like so we went to this birthday party yesterday at my cousin's house, and her husband cooked up like tacos, homemade tortillas,
Nice.
and just a huge spread of like Mexican food. And it was like 10 times better than anything I had on the strip in Vegas. And on the strip in Vegas, it cost an arm and a leg.
We need to talk about Ellis Island, I think. Ellis Island is a lie.
That's actually where the Statue of Liberty is.
Yeah.
In New York. It's Ellis Island. See? History, guys. I
Yep.
know things.
And there's
that's
also
geography.
a
Is that geography
really-
or history?
It's both, technically, because
Yeah.
that's a place and also has historical importance.
Yes, indeed. I also have a Spanish degree. Go on, smarty
Dave,
pants.
first off, Dave signed up for this player's card so we could get $11.99
player's
steak.
card?
Do you have the Ellis Island card?
It's
You
down-
should have
it's down in
something
my
out of
wallet.
that.
Yeah.
I've never seen a place mess everything up. And I'm pretty simple. Like the steak wasn't great, but that was like literally they gave us garlic bread that was just opened up hot dog buns.
This is true.
But like there was nothing on it and it was stale. There was like no butter, there was no garlic. I don't think there was garlic on it. And it was stale hot dog buns and then a potato. I like potatoes. I'll eat anything potato. It was a terrible potato. I've cooked a potato myself in a microwave with nothing on it, and it's tasted better because I'm a maniac.
So it was like eating at Circus Circus.
Oh, no, but Circus Circus has the ambiance. It has Sergio Ramos and the crew spinning around on the twirly-doos.
That's literally the guy's name, Sergio
It's
Ramos.
really his name. They repeated it 27 times.
I'm trying to see if I have a picture.
What is the one off the strip is Hash House A Go-Go.
Oh, yes, we saw that, yeah.
That place is amazing.
They have giant pancakes, and I still don't really know what hash is at a breakfast place.
Well, it's Vegas and it's legal. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Hash House A Go-Go. I was trying to find a picture, but yeah, I mean, everything there. And the beans tasted like a fart. The steak tasted rotten to me. Kerry said it tasted good. He said I'm a steak
Your steak
snob.
was somehow worse than my steak, and my steak was not good.
Anyway, so what we're saying, guys, if you want a $12 steak, check out Ellis Island.
Ellis Island, guys.
This is a weird topic for a reselling. Do we have any reselling to talk about at all?
We've been
gone for 3 weeks.
Did you see the thing about we'll go to reselling. The thing where the lady bought that 2,000-year-old Roman bust at a Goodwill?
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah,
I saw that. I didn't. What's the value of it though?
I don't know. Well, I mean, they say priceless, right? I mean, it's 2,000 years old, so. But it's actually interesting because you can't. She couldn't sell it, or she would have potentially been in legal trouble because she can't own it, because it came like the last time it was seen was like World War II, and then it vanished from like a actual where was a Bavaria or something, some king's place, and then it hasn't been seen since World War II, and it popped up in Austin, Texas.
I think
Goodwill.
She's probably gonna have to donate it to the Smithsonian.
Yeah, well, I think they're talking it might end up going back to Germany because technically Germany owns it because that was the last place it was seen, so they have rights to. So she contacted a lawyer, and they were like, "No, you could go on the black market, but you can't sell this thing. Like this is a bad deal. You can't." So I think she got some kind of finder's fee for it. Essentially,
okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Did she earn any money, or was it just a bad?
Did she get some like credit to the museum bookstore, like so she can get like a Monet book or something?
They didn't say it was what was it? 52-pound marble bust for $35 at Goodwill. You can still get good deals at Goodwill, apparently.
This is the garlic bread, Troy. That's their garlic bread.
Look at
literally, if you guys are not watching, I'm showing a video of this awful garlic bread that's literally a hot dog bun. Carrie just keeps
It's terrible. Well, I'm gonna eat it. I'm not gonna waste it. I'm not gonna waste it.
We didn't send it back because, like, dude, you knew there was nothing more they could do.
Dude,
like, this was their best effort.
We were ordering the $12 steak, and the waiter was basically begging us not to do it.
Look at this.
He's like, yeah, I don't know.
That's the face that you get when you eat this garlic bread. Is that face right there?
It's usually post Taco Bell right there.
The worst. It was so bad.
It is really bad.
So the moral of the story is don't get. Actually, this actually is a great lesson in reselling. Vegas was all about teaching me lessons in reselling. They are the best resellers there are.
Oh right? Yeah.
How much do you pay for a freaking a thing of hot dog buns? $1.98 for like 8 of them? Yeah. And then they sold us that garlic bread for $8.
This is how good they are at selling. That wasn't even our first dinner. That was our second dinner.
That was second dinner. We did a bang bang. That's what they call it in Louis C.K.'s show. I can't remember what that was called.
We're like, let's go have another dinner.
The first dinner was pretty early, to be fair. It was like,
and it wasn't like, it was more like a sampling of stuff, not like
it was like a supper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a guy at work that makes fun of me. He's from Spain, and he always makes fun of me because I eat dinner at like 5:30 p.m. and he's like, "That's not dinner. That's snack time. Dinner's at 10."
Exactly.
Apparently, like if you go to Spain, they're just eating until midnight, which is
yeah, man. I've ate in Spain. I've been to Spain multiple times, and sorry to our Spanish listeners, but the food is terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Really?
You seem pretty critical of food.
I'm having a harder time believing you went to Spain many times than
I've been to several places.
You don't like paella? Did you have paella?
I didn't have paella.
You really only ate the chicken.
Paella is like what it's all about.
I had like sea bass in Barcelona, very bland.
You said Barcelona wrong. Try it again.
Barcelona.
You're
That's
so
how you say Barcelona,
bro.
Madrid, ¿cómo está? I can speak with a Spanish accent if you want. From Spain.
That is
and then they're known for their ham. That's like their big thing.
Jamón.
That's like, so I got a plate of
jamón.
jamón.
That down my throat, and I hate it.
Yeah, jamon. So
I
I got that. I got that plate of jamon, and all the cuts I'm pretty sure were the butt because they were gross. I've never had ham that was disgusting, and it was all disgusting.
But
I literally ate at Burger King after that.
Bad? What, like the
I'm
butt
just,
could be
dude,
the tastiest
I
part.
actually wasn't saying what part of the butt I thought it was.
Okay, so we had a viewer, sorry, Kevin hates it when we say fan. A viewer come out to the podcast from California. Okay, remember Carrie?
Yeah,
His
Oscar.
name? Oscar came, and Oscar was very nice, and Oscar actually gave me a gift card to Taco Bell.
He did.
And I went over to Taco Bell yesterday and had a real nice time, I'll tell you that.
Thank
you,
Oscar.
Oscar, for giving me not only a large Baja Blast for myself, but 3 regular Baja Blasts for my children. You Baja Blasted my whole family.
That's nice. I got a Mighty Ducks bobblehead from him.
That was also very awesome.
It was awesome.
So, Troy, are you going to go to any of the reseller meetups? Like FlipCon or anything like that?
No, we actually, there's a 50-mile garage sale coming up later this summer out. It's the Bitterroot Valley is what it's called. It's towards Missoula, actually. The only other city in Montana you know.
I could come up with another one. Let me think.
I don't want to wait for him to come up with another
You got
one.
nothing.
He's Googling. No, he's Jeevesing.
We've actually got a fair number of viewers out towards like Idaho, Washington.
Idaho.
You know, so we might have like a little mini unofficial meetup over there.
That'd be cool. Like
I
your own
grew up
little
with
thing.
that joke.
Like that. Yeah, Idaho, Idaho. Okay, so yeah.
I haven't. I
this-
just went full time like 2 months ago. So
I was
like
just about to
investing
ask you that.
$1,000 to go on a trip is like,
Yeah.
I got to make sure I can pay the bills before I start.
What
having
kind of
fun.
work were you in before you went full time?
I've been in radio for about 5 years.
Oh, you got the voice for radio. And the
What you
face.
doing? Sports radio? Am I right with that?
I did some. Well, I did like it. It was like a morning news show, and then I had an interview show. But I also did play-by-play for football, and
Nice.
I was a fill-in while we had the minor league baseball team here. I was a PA. I was the backup PA announcer for minor league baseball, which was
That's pretty
was
cool.
pretty cool actually.
Have you met anybody famous like Paula Abdul?
I have not met Paula Abdul.
But anyone famous like CeeLo Green?
Yeah, I mean, I've interviewed a fair number, like the actually Matt
Lita
Stafford.
Ford?
Blake
I covered Matt
Blake
Stafford
Shelton?
when he was in high
Blake
school. Yeah.
California.
Adam
Isn't he
Levine?
from California, Matt Stafford?
Yeah, I covered him when he was in high school
I'm gonna look him up.
down in Texas. Pat Summerall was really
Cool.
Okay.
cool. Actually, the guy. Now we'll go into Dave's area. I mentioned sports. Now we'll go into the guy that they based the movie Catch Me If You Can.
Good movie.
Leonardo DiCaprio. I met that guy.
But no one from The Voice. Just to
No one
make
from The
this-
Voice.
Okay, so
No.
yeah. Maybe one day, dude, you'll make it. I believe in
Oh,
you.
I mean, I'll keep trying.
So, I actually, speaking of The Voice, if you've heard that song, the intro song in my videos, James Violet sings that, and he was on The Voice, and he.
All right, so he kicks Carrie out of the stream, so he wouldn't be able to brag about his little
Name dropping
little
there.
buddy,
Yeah.
his little name dropping buddy. Oh, hey, Carrie.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud. Sorry, we had lost your connection, but we
okay, I
heard
don't
what you
blame
said. You don't need to revisit it. You don't need a
awesome.
name drop.
I'm very important.
Basically, what we've learned is, first of all, Troy moved up to your spot, which is kind of where he belongs.
True.
Troy is yelling at us by using all caps in his name tag.
Home Goods, guys.
Oh, dude,
Shop at Home Goods.
Someone just joined the waiting room. A little special guest we've got.
Oh.
I don't even know if Troy knew this was going to happen, but here we go. Kevin, the Commonwealth picker.
Oh, look at you.
Hey!
A
Hi,
week of partying.
Troy's got those glasses on up there. I like
He did
it.
it for you. So here's what
trying to
happened to
fill the spot.
Kevin. Kevin went to the 100-mile yard sale, but he actually aged 100 years. And
I
so
know,
now he has
man.
the voice of a 140-year-old man.
Something like that.
Kev, what happened, man? First of all, why are you here?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that y'all treated Troy better than you treat me,
We haven't
for
let him
sure.
say a word.
and that you mentioned American Bubble Boy, and that you told everybody that the Trash to Cash hats are on sale.
They are.
Troy said it all. Did you
I
pay
Troy
Troy
did say
said
all
it?
that.
Troy. Troy is the man. I see you don't need me anymore. I'm just going to sign
He's
off
on his
here real
deathbed and
quick.
he's still selling out. I like it.
Troy, see, I think I actually had the voice to do the show today, but I have more important things to do, like the Flipper channel tomorrow.
right.
I got to record.
Bubba,
and
can
if
you
I
come
wasted
shut off
it-
Kevin's camera? Bubba, can you shut off Kevin's camera, please?
No, I get it. You got to like conserve your voice for the things that matter to you.
Yeah, I don't
get
think
it.
I could have done this show and still done that Flipper channel tomorrow.
Were
Troy
you-
knows. He
Yeah.
puts those
You gotta do
videos
something,
out every
Kevin.
day. I have no doubt. I got no doubt.
Were
They didn't teach you how to resell, Troy?
Not yet.
We haven't even talked about resale.
Yeah, not at all, man.
We've been
Not
talking
at
about
all.
like nothing.
Troy, you failed.
This
You
has been
failed.
like the worst show.
Yeah,
You
but
were
when I go to
supposed to
Vegas,
be
I know
the
where not
adult.
to eat now. I mean, we've talked a lot of boxing.
We talked a lot about us, which is par for the course.
Yeah.
No, all
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Well,
a
hey,
lot about me,
I will
really.
be back. I will be
Okay,
back
next
next week. I
Kevin,
think.
thank you
maybe.
for coming. Now, real quick question: are you sick or is it like a laryngitis?
I don't really know. It's been like this for a week or so. Turner got everybody sick now. Nobody can talk. I was going to have, you guys wanted Blue Ridge Mama first, Troy.
Yeah,
Don't
bring her
feel
in.
bad. But she wanted to, they wanted her first to replace me. You were like an afterthought, but
That's
she
true.
couldn't talk either. So,
Tonight or just in general?
yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Dude, she roasted him good on the Whatnot stream. I was really enjoying her presence. Tell her I'm proud of her.
Seriously.
Dave says he's proud of you for roasting me on the Whatnot stream. She was just disappointed she wasn't there to roast me the whole time.
The first sellout stream Kevin's done so far.
Ah, yeah, he didn't
It's
even have
good.
a voice.
Hey, all right, so I'll do this, but I got to sign out of here. So listen, I want your honest opinion, Carrie, of that, and Dave, mostly Carrie, because he's done 7 million shows.
Yes, yeah.
How did it go? How did
went-
that Whatnot go?
It did good. It went well. I thought you did good. The prices were good. It was a good idea. I was wondering how you were going to do the Wi-Fi situation, and I can see that you weren't at your house, so I think that helped quite a bit. So no, it went well, man. Honestly, it went well. I overpaid for some stupid hat, and remember that.
I tried to make other people overpay for Commonwealth picker hats, and then I just ended up paying it myself.
Well,
I loved it,
It
Kevin.
was a
I
good
thought
one,
it was great.
honestly.
I thought it was great.
Is it as good as Troy's?
I've
No.
never seen Troy, so I don't know. Troy, are you on Whatnot?
Troy's?
I am.
Yeah.
What time?
so
When do you stream?
What
When do
is
you
wrong
stream?
with you people?
I mean, I'm not a big enough deal to have like a set time, like
Oh, okay.
American Arbitrage.
It's
like
just easier
owns-
for me. It's easier for me because, like, I know Carrie's Monday nights. Like, it's just easy for me to remember. I'm very a busy.
Y'all
bee.
put Troy's link down below for him
Yes.
for
yeah.
Whatnot. Actually, put my link to sign up for Whatnot. Then go and sign up too.
We're going to do my
What?
flip link's going to be at the top, though. We've
Yeah.
decided.
After my flip link.
Carrie does Monday nights, and whenever Kayla's doing her first show ever, that's when
That's when
Carrie
Carrie does.
it.
I
was horribly
I did
timed.
Wednesday because of you, Kevin. Because you were doing Thursday. I didn't even realize Kayla was on Whatnot till that moment.
I'm sitting there trying to watch Kayla and Carrie, and I'm just putting all the money towards Kayla because I've already given Carrie enough money. And but I still at least talk to Carrie, so I gave
right.
him that.
Well, I promised my kids this would be 2 minutes so they could get back
Okay,
to watching
later, Kev.
their TV show. So, Troy,
Thanks for
thank
coming.
you. You're a great sport for putting up with these two clowns.
Yeah,
Thanks
this
for
is
stopping
a,
in, buddy.
120.
this is a
27,
joke
Troy,
of a
you showing up?
podcast.
Troy, you coming to 127?
I don't think so.
Oh,
No.
come on, man.
It's a
Come
lot,
on,
man.
you gotta
As
go.
we've discussed, Montana's almost in Canada, so it's a long trip.
We had a geography segment.
Can you take like the Hyperloop or something over here?
Yeah.
Is that a thing yet?
Take
See, I'll see you
SpaceX.
next
Okay,
week.
bye.
Okay,
See
see
you
you,
next
man.
week.
Have a good one.
Ah, poor old Kevin. It sounds like
Yeah,
he's
that
on his
was-
deathbed. Like,
I
if
know,
you
that-
weren't watching and you just could hear him, you'd be like, oh my gosh, Kevin.
He looked terrible.
He looked
looked
okay.
terrible.
I think
He
he
looked
sounded
terrible.
worse than he looked. I think he sounded worse than
He's
he looked.
always
bet
a little
you-
deal. Like he just that's
Yeah.
Kevin.
I bet you he didn't even have time this week to put that hair club for men stuff in. Probably was
Yeah.
totally gray if he took that hat off.
And dude, I still don't believe it's real hair. So
That's
I mean,
not.
that's where
I
did
think that's just,
Dawn?
is that not one of the little the hair hats?
Oh, it might be one of the hair
Ooh.
hats.
Is
that what
That's
it
a
is?
good point.
Are those
I
still
didn't
in
even think of
style?
that. I think they are. I think they
Or
are.
were they ever in style?
No. I didn't go to the flea market today because it's Mother's Day. I wanted
that's
to go to the flea
considerate of you.
market. I wanted to go to the flea market, but instead I stayed home and cooked my wife breakfast. Aren't I, sweetheart?
I don't believe it. I don't believe you did that.
Oh, I did.
I did
Oh, we
see
went
the
to flea
bacon.
market.
I saw the bacon and you had like 7 strips, and I know that's how many you eat.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, okay, so you saw that. Remember I was like all excited I'm going to get my gutters replaced because my like backland eye keeps flooding?
Did that guy ever come back?
Oh yeah, he came back and it went horribly. As he's pulling down the old gutter, he finds out there's tons of wood rot. And all the way into the structural like roof of my house, I've got wood rot. So
your house is like condemned, basically.
My house is like literally gonna fall at any moment, and I'm just gonna have to put thousands and thousands of dollars into this, and I'm just gonna, pretend like it's not depressing me.
One time I was walking in the trailer we just sold, and my foot just went through the floor. That was interesting. We just put a piece of a board over it.
You had already sold it, so it's not your problem at that point.
No, we that was before we sold it, but we did mention the giant hole in the middle of the floor.
Did you give a discount, or like was that an upcharge? It's like,
honestly,
it's got a sunroof. It's got a floor
honestly, yeah, they did get a discount.
It's just an escape hatch.
Oh, you don't say so, exactly. Duke. Did you name him after the North Carolina team?
No, he was named before I was around. I don't know what Duke's named after. Probably John Wayne. For his bravery.
So here's a question. Who vomited in my pool last night, dog or human? The quiz of the day.
Do you know, or are you trying to sleuth this out?
I've been trying to sleuth it out. I mean, there was watermelon. I don't know how my dog would have had access to a watermelon, but none of the kids are admitting to barfing in the pool out of all 4 that were in there. So is a kid lying, or did the dog find watermelon? And was it your friend's watermelon, the lady who you got the hats from?
Does anybody sleepwalk in your household?
Tina.
There you go.
I've watched Step Brothers, and a lot of stuff can happen when you're sleepwalking.
She sleep swims, actually. I told you I watched I Love You, Man. It's a great movie. It still holds up.
Dude, it is a great movie.
Yeah. Tina was sleep swimming and vomiting in the pool.
You didn't wait 30 minutes, and yeah.
You know, a lot of people, like, if you just make like a really real sounding vomit kind of noise, that they'll actually gag. So I mean, as an audience show, we should probably spend the next 5 minutes making gag noises.
Yeah, I'm good, but I know. Yeah.
The worst show when Kevin's not here.
This is bad. Troy, I'm so sorry for this. I really am. If we were to talk outside of this podcast, it would be normal.
At least I know I'm on like your penultimate episode. Like, this is not going to last. So.
This is the end.
Don't try to use fancy words, penultimate. I know that. I don't know what that means.
But This Is the End, starring James Franco, was not a good movie. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, they're still making movies, so lies.
Troy, did Kevin say you make a daily video?
It's not. Well,
it's not daily, is it?
I do like 6. Usually it's 6 a week. I don't do one on Sunday.
Okay, and so are you burning out?
I mean, every once in a while, like I just don't do a Saturday video, or I'll skip a day during the week or whatever. So every once in a while, I just go, you know what, I don't want to do one today.
Yeah.
Do you get emails or comments of people that are worried or upset that you didn't at this point?
No. I mean, I think they're, they move on with their day. I don't think I'm that big a part of their day.
I've been doing this thing where I was like, for the whole trip to Vegas and stuff, I was doing every other day on NC Picker. And I'm wondering if it's bad to do that many. Because like you're giving YouTube something fresh to feed the audience. And so, okay, so this is why I'm saying this, right? Generally, I'll put out a video, and I know, guys, not all of you have YouTube channels, so bear with me for a second, okay? Generally, my video will die after 2 days because YouTube expects me to upload the next video. And I didn't do it today. I was supposed to do a video today, and I was like, I'm not going to do it. I want to let this Carrie one ride, right, where I'm stabbing Carrie with the sword. Yeah. I want to see what it does. Like, I want to give it a little time. And it's gone from 6th place this morning, because they give you a little ranking, 6 out of the last 10. And it's gone from 6th place to 3rd place today. Because I didn't post anything, and YouTube was like, oh, we got to give them, like, we got to recommend something. And they're recommending this video, and it just makes me wonder if, like, maybe I need to be putting more delay in between videos.
I also think there's not a lot of them on Sunday. Like, not a lot of new videos, so you're not competing against as many if somebody's actually on there looking around.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. A lot of people who have YouTube channels do, like, 1 or 2 a week. And I'm like always sitting there trying to do 3 or 4 a week, and I just don't know if I need to, and I don't even know if you need to do 6 a week.
Here's the secret formula: You want to wildly change when you're doing them. One every 13 days, one every 6 days, one every 3 weeks. Make sure the content, this is the most important part, make sure the content is wildly mediocre. Like, you want people coming in there not expecting much and still leaving disappointed. And if you do that, you can grow very, very slowly on eBay or YouTube. What are we talking about?
eBay.
Yeah,
Either
eBay.
one.
eBay.com. Did you post your second video of me and you picking together? Because I was waiting for you to do that before I do my third, and you still haven't done it.
Dude, I don't even think you realize all the stuff I'm doing right now. But no, I haven't been able to.
Have you started it?
No.
Have you not? Have you? What? Have you ever asked Dawn to edit for you?
No, she would have
I wonder
no
if
clue.
she'd be into that.
She would probably like it, but I don't have 7 years to teach her.
Oh, burn.
She doesn't watch
I bet
this.
she could learn it in 6 years. She does watch it. She's like our biggest fan.
She stopped.
She's our. Oh, did she really? She ever since we
I don't
got
think
Kevin
she
on.
watches anymore. I don't think she
Ever
watches
since-
this anymore.
Dawn, prove him wrong.
She's
Message
actually
me
really
right
good
now.
at editing. She'd probably
Hold
catch
on.
on pretty quick.
No. Yeah, he's scared you're watching.
There's
Okay,
no way. There's no way she's here. If
Dawn,
no 0%.
If you're watching right now, I want you to send me an Instagram message that says apricot. Or is it apricot, Troy?
Yeah, it's apricot, first off.
Apricot if you're a little bit precocious, yeah.
Yeah, apricot. Okay, so message me on Instagram right now, and I'm going to do a screenshot, and I'll post it on the Trash to Cash Insta if you send me that message, and we'll know Carrie was wrong, and that you do listen, and that you probably punched him for calling you a bad editor. Or a bad learner. You call her a bad learner.
Really.
Yeah.
I think. By the way,
hater.
I think I have the best background today by far. I have poor lighting, a home goods bag, and a hotel TV. I think that wins, and then just blankness. Because I don't want both sides to be overwhelming. I just want one side to be overwhelming.
I think that's smart. And I think, like, probably if you put the home goods bag on the other side, it wouldn't have the emotional impact that I'm getting from this current
It's true.
setup.
Yeah,
It's true.
the rule
What's
of
in the
thirds.
bag?
Yeah, it's like
What's
your
in the
eyes.
bag? Is there one bag of Oreos or two? I'm going to give you a clue. It's two.
The rule of thirds, yes. Troy, what is this little, like, dude behind you? He's like a puppet.
Yeah, that's the prospector.
And is he got, like,
Parnassus? Parnassus?
a lot of value?
Actually, I think he would. I've had several people offer to buy him. I found him super early on when I started doing the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And like I found him and I thought, this guy has to have some value. I mean, it's huge. It's like 3 feet tall, 4 feet tall. And
Dave size.
apparently the lady that was selling him, it was her mother's that she had died, but her aunt made this thing, and I don't remember her name, but she was apparently some sort of, like, she was in magazines type of, like, of making stuff like this. Like, she was apparently a relatively big deal. And so this is like a one of one that she made for this lady. And I mean, it's super intricate. He's got like chest hair and like,
Wow.
the time that was spent on this.
I don't even have chest hair.
I'm
I know.
working on it. I've got
Yeah.
the Nair. Wait, not the Nair. That's a backwards thing.
No, you don't want Nair.
Rogaine.
Try to
I've
use
got
this.
Rogaine.
That's
that I
your
apply to my
mistake. That's where
chest.
you're screwing up,
That's
man.
why- But
You
Troy
don't put
is
Nair
saying,
on.
Carrie, Troy is saying that he's doing 6 15 to 20 minute videos a week. So if you guys are looking for something to listen to after the Trash to Cash podcast, you should probably go and listen to some of Troy's videos while you're packing your
Yeah,
orders.
seriously.
And if you write in there in the comments, okay, so Troy's made an offer to Carrie and I. If he gets 10 comments that says, I found you and subscribe because of Trash to Cash, he is going to Venmo us $10 each.
It's true. That's
He's
true.
He's agreed to this
Guaranteed
in
it.
spirit.
I
And
don't
now
even
he
know how
knows
to
he's
do
agreed
Venmo.
to it. You
Dude,
don't even have Venmo in Montana? That's not that's not
My wife
supported.
knows how to
It's
do
just
it.
Buffalo nickels is all they have.
Wheat pennies.
Man, I commend you for doing 6 videos a week, though, because there's only so many times you can comment on Daily Refinement losing his eBay account. So you had to have
Right.
done at least an additional
And
2
I
to
didn't
3
even do a
videos.
reaction to the reaction. Yeah.
I know.
Dude,
you didn't
that
even get
video
meta.
did crazy for us, guys. If you want to get a strong performing YouTube video, definitely call it the reaction to the reaction to the reaction of Trash to Cash's reaction of Daily Refinement's reaction.
No, the reaction
to,
of, yeah.
to the Rockstar Flippers reaction to the Rally Roots reaction.
People love drama. People
They love
drama.
reactions.
They love drama. They love yelling at people in cars that aren't parked properly. They love all that.
And I've said it once and I'll say it again. TNT, they know drama.
They do. They do. They do.
Have you said
They
that
do.
before? Because
Yeah, you'd have to watch the show, Troy, if you wanted to
There's some deep
You know what
cuts
sucks,
here.
Troy? You know what sucks about being on the show is you don't get to listen to a show this week. I mean, I guess you could listen to yourself if you're a narcissist like I am.
We do. I listen
Yeah,
several
we do. I
times
listen
a
to
week.
myself all the time. Sometimes it's all I'll listen to. Like, I'll just have it in my ear.
Just
Replay,
obsessively
replay.
refreshing, waiting for somebody to tell me I did a good job this week. That's
Now, when you listen back, Troy, you're going to be like, wow, I should have really butt in a little more. These guys never let me talk. And we'll just let you know that even Paul can't get an edge in word-wise.
Yeah, Paul's 7'2", and he's not a very nice person. He will butt in, but he still can't do it. We won't let him. We box him out.
You got the elbows, like
Elbows.
Yeah,
That's the
There
thing.
was a picture on Kevin's channel of Paul holding a chicken, and for some reason it wasn't folksy at all. Like, it just looked like he was going to kill the chicken.
I think it was a rooster. I also think it was a rooster.
Yeah,
it looked a
lot
bit
of
like
weird
of
jokes
Mice
came
and
into my
Men.
head.
Like I thought we had a Lenny situation going on there.
There, guys, go read Mice and Men to understand that, because I see. No, I'm just kidding.
I think this is like, okay, first of all, we need you guys to comment below, and what we want you
Comment.
to comment on is, was this the worst show we've ever done? And just go ahead and down in the comments say, this was not the worst show you've ever done.
If it wasn't, what was the worst show? And
Yeah,
we would
yeah.
appreciate it if it's not even one of our shows. Tell us about some other YouTubers' terrible episode they've had from
Yeah,
anybody.
I agree with
Preferably
that. That sounds like a good
reselling.
idea. Now, I'm definitely going to put Kevin in the thumbnail, right? Pretend like
Kevin's
he was
gonna
here
be
the whole
Probably
time.
would watch. Yeah, no, you have
Yeah,
to.
pretend like he
At
was here
this
the whole
point,
time,
yeah.
and he's in the show for like 3 minutes.
We have to do this at that point. We asked
then-
people at the live podcast how many people watched us before Kevin. 0 hands were raised except for Charlie. Fleecon
I got a
watched us.
voicemail. I got a voicemail about this, Carrie. I'm actually going to play it. This is like a really rude voicemail from Sean.
Yes.
And you know what, Sean? I'm just done with you.
Voicemails.
And Duke,
Everybody loves these.
I
Listen up.
swear, if you don't shut up, Duke. Just kidding. I don't hate your dog. I kind of hate his dog.
Duke might be the best part of the show.
Okay, here we go. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is from Sean, and it's just mean.
Hey guys, this is Sean with Death Valley Finds. I was just calling. I went to a 22-mile long yard sale yesterday. Decided to put on my NC Picker shirt for the first time and my Trash to Cash podcast hat on. Went to all the stops. Got recognized by no one. So we decided to go back to a couple places, me and my roommate today, and go to a antique show that was happening, just a weekend long show. I said, well, I'll go ahead and throw on my Commonwealth picker shirt. Yeah, I said it. And went out and got recognized by 3 people. Then I asked one of them, well, you watch Commonwealth Flipper and Picker or whatever? And they said, yeah, all the time. I love him. I said, well, what about NC Picker? I watched him once or twice. Well, there you go. Now you have it.
Okay,
Just
I got
wanted
some
let
things
you know.
to say.
Bye.
First off, Sean, how many times did you have to repeat that so they heard you?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it was 3 to 4 times. The combined age of those 3 people, at least
Yeah,
270.
an antique
at
show.
least
Yeah, okay.
270.
That's like saying you went to the nursing home and asked if they've heard
Exactly.
of Kevin. Of course
Exactly.
they've heard of Kevin.
We know that.
They haven't heard of us at the nursing home. It's just the way it is.
I'm on TikTok, guys. I'm a different
Yeah.
demo. We dance.
Go
and
somewhere
we,
cool. Go
we
somewhere
make
cool
slime
and
and
ask
stuff.
about us.
He didn't even mention you though.
I know.
He's
I'm used
an
to that.
afterthought. No,
I
I
am.
mean, I just really think, like, it was the wrong audience, first of all. And second of all, I don't know if you guys knew this. This is going to blow some minds. Troy, your mind even might get blown. Kevin's kind of bigger than both of us.
Yeah, Kevin
Me and Carrie.
is
Wow.
he's
As far as,
pushing,
like, fame.
he's pushing 430, 440
No,
right
fame. Fame.
Oh.
Fame-wise.
Fame. Yeah.
Fame-wise. He's got a little bit more fame than we have. And I got one more voicemail, and people
He
hate
mentions
the
it a
voicemail.
lot. He talks about that a lot in private.
About his privates?
No, about his fame.
About his fame and his
Oh, I thought you were
privates.
talking about his height. Okay, never mind.
The height of his privates? This is what happens if you stay till an hour and 33 minutes, Troy.
Welcome,
I know
guys.
you've never listened this long. Okay, one more voicemail.
Hello, Trash to Cash. Can we talk about the poop stain? I mean, I would just really, really, really enjoy it if we talked about the poop stain more. You know, just if you could just even mention the word poop stain, just in its entirety, that'd be great.
Poop stain.
Poop stain.
There you go.
Poop stain.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week. Make sure you subscribe.